so let's still stay with Ajande Koko, and let me take away from politics for a moment, because this struck me when I saw it. It made me feel some funny feeling. I wish I can have my own personal girlfriend, but here in Nigeria we share everything. So this is a young Nigerian. You know, when let me show you the image of the guy, then you see why it struck me. You know, when you get to that first phase of becoming aware of girls and trying to form relationships with them, and you think that you are in love with it. So if you look at this boy, he's at that phase of that first interaction with a female, but he's now coming to the space, the Nigerian space, that he has to share his girlfriend with other stakeholders. So what are you making then of this new Nigeria that we have? I wish I can have my own personal girlfriend, but here in Nigeria we share everything. Young Nigerian man laments. Look at him. Ola, his name is. Look at that. Omashe. Eh?
What really happened? Did somebody else took his girlfriend away from him, or what is his
No,
lamentation for?
it's not so much that. It's more that the girls are, through the poverty in the country, they've found the necessity to commercialize themselves. So they cannot, for reasons of sustenance, stay with one boyfriend.
One man.
One man. We have to say this in both ways. Both male and female do the same stuff. Don't say it's just female that run around chasing guys.
Well, that is true. That is true. Yes, but I have experience.
Be careful, your wife is listening.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Look at that.
You see, I have a lot of friends anyway that we usually talk. So when I ask them question, there was a particular lady, I think it was last week, we were discussing, and I said, why do you have to do that? And she said, oh, well, it is a situation of the country. And this person, she is working at the bank. So then I now ask her, how much are you making in a month? And maybe like around 60, 80,000. And I said that money is really small, really, indeed. But you should also thank God that, because some people are not even working, and some people are maybe even making 10,000 per month, and they are still managing. So, but what I believe is that when some living above their means, I mean, beyond their income, I think they will, of course, share their girlfriend will be sharing them with money bag. That is what I can say about it.
It is impossible or near impossible to be a young, pretty girl in Nigeria and not take commercial advantage of your gender. Because the life is so grueling for these people. When you are struggling so hard just to get 10K, and somebody offers you 50K just to,
Funny enough, those bankers about we are talking about, even the bank use the girls. If you go to Lagos, there is few proper Lagos boy that wants to marry a banker, because most of them, they use them for marketing and they give them target. So you must go out and sleep with rich men to bring in money into the bank. If not, you lose your job. So
you are very right.
It's quite crazy.
And there are 10,000 girls that are willing to do it as soon as they have you.
Exactly. This particular person,
I've been in a secretariat before at the governor's office, and all these commissioners, all of them were there. Married women came to market, and some of these politicians were fixing them for a date, and they are married women. So it doesn't even have to be single. So imagine a newly married girl. There is a lady among them. I'm sure she's probably in her 40s then.
All these comments you guys are making, hope you guys are referring it to your wives, please. I don't understand why.
Is that not the reality? Is that not the reality of the Nigerian space?
He's just saying married women do this. I hope you have to be interfering your wife to that statement too.
No,
But
no,
anyway,
no.
Why? I know what I'm talking about. What are you talking about, man?
All right.
What are you driving at?
I'm
No,
If
saying
you don't
that
understand,
it's saying
let us
I'm
your wife.
saying
explain
that
to you.
no, I'm saying that you guys are painting Nigerian girls, every Nigerian girl is black, which is not supposed to be so. I mean, it's not.
Is it an unfair state? Is it an
It
inaccurate
it is it
depiction?
is
It
is
is.
a general. It is a generalization of statements. That's what you
Is it
made.
inaccurate though? Is it inaccurate?
It is an accurate when it's generalizing the whole
No.
species
Des,
Generalization
of
is not. Hold on,
female.
D.
Des.
Hold
Okay,
on,
sorry.
D. Generalization is not an inaccuracy. An inaccuracy is a false depiction. Is it a false? Is it
It
untrue?
it is untrue, one man, because you've
So
not
Nigerian
done
women
a
are not
poll
as been
or
described.
you've not done a research to
Look at
verify the
that.
fact of what you're saying. I can't come here and say my sister
Okay.
is doing what you're doing or what you're saying. I
No.
can't come here and
When the preponderance is hold on now, there's when the preponderance is in a certain direction, then you can generalize to say this is what subsists. So if a good number, a significant number of this young boy is saying it, D has given you an example, Baba Korea has given you an example, and I'm pretty sure everybody on the platform can give you examples. It's the stark reality of the Nigerian space, the survival of what the girls have to do to survive. I don't think it's an unfair thing to say.
okay, one man, you have your own instant like a poor girl, right? What about the rich ones? Have you make that
No.
instance?
Poor is relative. You are always somebody is always poor relative to whatever company they are keeping. Everybody is poor relative to whatever company they keep.
Oh man, I don't want to be defending girls. I feel like a girl should come here and defend herself. And we are all guys. From my
Oh,
own
oh.
perspective, my girlfriend has never cheated on me. And
Right. Can you put your heart? Don't ever say that, though. Don't ever say that. Your
what?
girlfriend or your hold on. This is a golden rule that you must adopt. Your girlfriend or your wife, they are only your girlfriend and your wife when you are with
Yeah,
them.
I
And when you are
understand
with
that.
them, and then when we are not with them, then you are taking a leap of faith. Don't say
Then
your
what you're
girlfriend that
saying,
you are testing water. So if this was in
what
Nigeria
you're
now, I would take your phone number
what you're
you
one
want to
man,
be taught a lesson. You want to
what
be
you're
taught a lesson now.
advising, what you're basically advising is you shouldn't trust anybody you're engaged with. That is what you're advising, which is not
No. Trust,
if
but
you're
with caution. With caution now. You
one
do.
man.
Do you
If
trust
you're
Yes, one
going
man, you are
blindly?
to
right with that statement.
trust with caution, if you're going to go into a
Trust with
marriage,
caution.
if you're going to go into a marriage with someone and you don't trust that person,
Although I
is
trust my wife, I haven't said all
thank
that.
you,
I will trust,
thank you.
but my wife is a unique and peculiar sort of. She's
Well,
Okay.
a
one
true
man, let me
bond,
tell you
but
something.
yeah,
You have your wife when life was still good.
yeah.
That
What
is
do you mean when life was still
when
good?
life was still
Come
good,
on.
but not
No,
now.
no.
I
What
can
he's
see.
saying is yes,
The
that generation of of obviously where my wife would come from. That
Let
was
me
when
tell
they
you
still
something.
had
This let me tell you
somebody
something.
under
This
20. Don't trust a girl under 25 that is
let me tell you something.
Nigerian. Don't.
This something
Let me
happened.
tell Des, let me tell you a
Go
quick
ahead.
story.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about Korea. Let me give you a quick story. You see, I met a girl. She was in Malaysia. Then back in the days. So
Back
we
in the
got
days.
talking.
Look
So
at
she
this
told me, oh,
lion.
her
What do you mean
boyfriend
back
just
in the days?
relocated.
Why
It's
can't
back in the
actually?
days.
Oh, all right.
It's
Okay.
back in the days, one man. I know what I'm saying. So
Mm.
she told me, oh, her boyfriend has relocated to Nigeria. So we always talk on the phone. This girl came back to Nigeria then. I went to pick her in her house. We did the thing.
The
And I called
necessary.
this girl, you know, I called this girl 2 days after. It was that boyfriend that picked the call and told me, oh, why are you calling her? I said, she's my friend. He said, oh, I'm my husband. We just got married yesterday. So that girl has actually come to meet me, knowing she's coming back from Malaysia to meet her boyfriend that relocated back to Nigeria to get married. And she still come and had something with me 2 days to her marriage.
you're not getting me. I'm not saying that it's something like that doesn't happen. I've had a personal experience on it. me having sex with already married girl, which I didn't know. I'm not saying that doesn't
What do you
happen.
mean? Okay,
What
God.
what I'm saying is
Death,
what
death.
what I'm saying.
oníkálukú
I didn't
ṣàṣírí
know.
ara wọn.
No. You guys you
Ìwà
guys are
àbàjẹ́ tẹ wù sí kọ̀rọ̀.
misinterpreting me.
You know
I'm
the internet
saying
never
that
forgets. Okay, we have to share that, you know.
no. You guys are I mean, when I was in college, when I was in university, I met this girl and I didn't know she was married, but later I found out that she married someone that is in abroad. I know those stuffs happen, but what I'm saying is, all girls, you cannot say that all girls. There are some girls that has principle, that are even to now, they're still virgins. They're like they're not gonna have anything
Are
to do
you
with a
sure?
man. Yes,
Are
I'm
you
telling. That's
sure?
one man. I can tell you
Death.
that I'm very sure of what I'm saying. That
100%. I agree with you.
yes,
I agree with you. Before I
yeah.
left Nigeria, I was dating someone, and she was 24 as at then, and she was a virgin. I was actually the one that disflowered her, if is allowed on the platform to use that word. You see, and it's strange when you see things like that. Nobody's disputing all these things, there, but 90% now of Nigerian girls will sell their boyfriend off and go with another man if it pays them better. That's what we
And
are saying. Nobody is saying
anyway,
that.
anyway,
I have.
yeah.
Let me tell you. Yeah,
Nobody is celebrating. We are not glorying in it. Oh, it's not like we are.
exactly.
It's not like
I have a
it's a sad
senator's
state of
daughter.
affairs.
I have a senator's daughter in my inbox as we speak on Facebook, and she's the senator's daughter in Lagos. Not like she's poor, not like she needs the money. So sometimes some people are wayward like that. Sometimes some people are doing it to survive. Some girls now are the one feeding their family. That even the parents don't ask them where you bring the money from now. When you know, it's like that Yoruba prayer that you always say, "Ọmọ yín ò ṣe àgbàfọ̀, ó ń kó aṣọ wálé." That was in the past.
Look
You
at
know,
this guy.
that was in the
I
past.
never
Now,
don't go away.
Yeah.
that was in
Eh?
the past. Now, those people, those young people are the ones feeding the father, feeding the mother. They don't mind. They don't even ask them questions anymore. Think, nah, maybe you are in uni. How come you are getting all this money? They don't care anymore. That's how bad it is. Even married women that you are
When you
talking,
are when
60%,
when you have a
60% of married
girlfriend that need
Nigerian women, yeah, 60%
when
of
you when
Nigerian married women are cheating
I don't know. I
just to
don't know.
survive.
I
That's an
don't know.
No,
abstract.
I'm
I
telling
don't
you.
know
No,
what.
woman is
sorry,
the
Uh,
truth.
Be careful
DOG.
there.
We
I
have a
don't know where
section
you
one
guys are
time.
bringing your
Sorry,
figures
DOG. I'm
from.
I don't know. Let's hear from
60%.
Alexander.
Okay.
He makes a
60%
reappearance.
cause 60% ni. Who did
I
that
don't know where
survey?
it's get. Oh yes, I don't know. This is just because he has chanced one girl, he now thinks it's a
No,
Papa
one man, me,
Jasco.
I'm telling you. Me, anyway, I'll keep quiet. If you don't believe me, let me
Well,
keep quiet.
well, you know. Uh,
Alexander Akache don't hear about women matter. You don't jump come. Okay,
Sorry,
maybe
the
we hear
caliber
your
in
own.
me just jump out now. No verse.
No. Talk. Maybe we hear your own side.
no. The Alexander Garcia is a special case. So I have
Yeah.
his data. Alexander, look, I should be blackmailing you. What I know, all those.
Nah. By the way,
Especially.
DOG, if you have a spare time, just send me the message of that girl in my DM. No, I'll continue with stuff.
Look at that.
What did I do?
Pass me a deku. Pass me a deku. Look
Hello.
at that.
So, Akache,
Enough
which
with
one do
this.
you want now? The one from the other day, or this one that I'm talking about now?
If you have money, if you have money, you can. The world is yours because all these girls they won't even necessarily have to be paid, but if you can present them a lifestyle that takes them out of the drudgery of their life, they married, unmarried, young, middle-aged, if just a little bit of flashy something, and especially in Nigeria when everybody wants to be popping and
Oh
All
man,
of us, watch
the
that President Trump video now. Say, you can grab their this,
grab them by the what's it,
one
yes.
man.
you can do whatever you want to do.
There's still some girls that the only or for whatever that is marrying how many girls now, that when he approached, they said no. there are still some girls out there that can say no to him. So it's not basically because of your money. Some girls just got the principle, and there's something they can take and they can't take. Whether you have money or you don't have money, they just have that principle, you know.
All right.
I agree with
But that, like this is saying, we can't just condemn all females. But back to you, Ajan Lekoko, the poor young boy that's having to be a part-time lover, a tragic story, but sadly, Nigeria, that 2022.
Should that one even have girlfriend at 22 years old?
When did you have your first girlfriend?
Well,
Look at that.
let me tell you, woman. Yeah, when I was in high school, secondary school, but we weren't doing nothing. Nothing going on. We weren't doing nothing. Because how you going to do it? You want to take it home? Your parents going to, how you going to bring her in? You know, it was tough back then. You can't, it was difficult. How you want to, okay, if
Yeah.
you, and
Your days are different, sir.
yeah.
These guys, like this picture, one man showed us. Their age now, they lodge in hotels. They
Oh, God.
lodge in hotels. They
You
take girls
know,
to hotels to lodge in
do
hotels.
you feel do you feel a sense of disconnection with somebody round about the age of 25 and downwards? Because I feel a sense of disconnection from them. Apart from how is school, how is work, I kind of think of a conversation to have with a 25-year-old. What am I going to be saying to him or her? Well, to him, maybe we talk football, but what will I say to her? You know, it's just they just live in a completely different world, with totally different morals. Just you know, maybe that's why I hide away on the internet and talk to you guys because you know we are all curmudgeons now. We are completely out of the loop of you know
Oh man,
part time. Yes.
let me just say something real quick, right? If you want to know, if you want to really know about there was a guy, I think it was OTOG, that was speaking about some certain things. That guy is a real OG. When I say he's a real OG, he knows the terrain. If
Yeah,
you live abroad,
you say how rosy his cheeks are. He just put the fundi. Yeah, OG. Yeah,
if you live abroad, if you live abroad and your fiancé, quote unquote, or your girlfriend lives in Nigeria, Mama, do you know when we can say foul? Do you know what it means? So
yes.
I won't say more than that. I don't care how much you are sending to her even if you send her $10,000 every minute especially
Well,
if she's in
he
Lagos
also works the
or
other way
ABJ.
around. He also works the other way around. If your wife lives in the UK, America, and you
No,
live in
I don't even
Nigeria,
want to say. I don't even want to go to the level of those ones that are already married. You know, you understand what I'm saying? I just want to restrict it to those unmarried ones. I have. We are all guy men. When we say guy men, right? All of us, we did not come
Oh, she
from.
enigmatic.
We did. We go to Nigeria. We go to Nigeria now, and we have friends in Nigeria now. When it is a week or 2 weeks before you go home, right? One man. Am I like our best speaker on the radio?
Why the yeah.
Angelique Coco, that one. Angelique, that one you're talking about is normal thing now. You can't expect to leave a girl there for over 1 year and she won't. You don't expect her to do something. She must do something. It's inevitable. You get it. Just know it in your mind that she's doing something. Just for even if you want to marry her in the future, know that she's doing something. Just remove that one from your brain. So when you marry her and get her to wherever you are, then you now live with her. But if you are thinking that she's not doing anything, that you're sending her money, that is a total lie. I don't agree with that one.
There was a statistic that came out, I think around about 2019, 20 thereabout. They said 40% of Nigerian children are bastards. You know, they are not fathered by whoever they are calling daddy. 40%.
40% of money.
I beg.
Yes.
Yeah, Leo.
One man go and check.
Well,
You need to go and check one man.
Don't worry. What
But a woman, I have something for
are you
this.
casting aspersions? What sort of nonsense? Look at this
Woman. You know that in the southeast they usually pay heavily to marry their wives. That's where this guy might be speaking from, because they will have to sell their house, sell their plots, sell everything before they can marry their woman. So and then you cannot. But you know, in our own case, we just marry out our girls if they love somebody, and then maybe they just bring a bottle of gogoro, and that's all. That's why whenever they maltreat our girls, we will gather our cousins, we go and take that our sister out from that house. But for the Igbo people, they never take their children back. So because they will spend heavily, they sell their cars, they sell their everything they have it in order to get married. That is why probably there might be kind of. Otherwise, the condition of Nigeria right now, you cannot trust any woman. If the woman says it's going to the market, you don't know what's going to happen before it comes out for the market. Talk less of living abroad. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. So Ajanle Koko is more complex than you thought, you know.
It's not complex, man. So the this high level of moral decadence that we are talking about is one thing is strongly responsible for it: the economic hardship in Nigeria. Wherever you see economic hardship, women particularly will suffer most there.
Yes.
Economic hardship or war, wherever you have been ravaged by war, and where you have economic hardship, women will suffer most. And that is what is going on in Nigeria with our ladies, our young ladies. The economic hardship is too tough that they have to do everything. Ladies, young ladies, married women, and so they have to do everything to survive. And female, as we see them, young ladies and women, they represent the family. Sometimes the men, due to economic hardship, they couldn't provide for the family. But the women cannot look at their children and see them hungry and will not do everything to go and look for food for them. If it has to go to the extreme to sell her body to make money to provide food for the children, she will do it. So it's economic hardship that I can say is responsible for this kind of behavior that you see our young men, our young ladies are doing, transferring from one man to the other in order to make money. And it's just unfortunate that it's like that. No, it wasn't like that when I was growing up. You can't, there was discipline. You don't even want to be seen with men. Young ladies, those that in high school, doesn't want to be seen with men in their area, because that will show to everybody that they are they are not disciplined, and that could bring shame to the family.
Would you have loved to have been born into this generation?
No, I don't like this generation. I don't like
yes,
this generation.
I'm not sure.
I don't like this
I wouldn't
generation.
want to have been born into this
I
generation.
don't like this generation. I don't like the way they
no
do things,
disrespect,
the way they,
Alexander Akashi, but you people are too wayward,
the way they, maybe it's because of when people are young, they can do all sorts of things, but their reasoning, their exposure to all bad of things in this life is just too much, man. One man. I must tell you one thing.
Do you feel sorry for them? Do you feel sorry for them?
Yes,
this generation?
I feel sorry for this. I feel
Do you
sorry for
think they
them.
are under too much pressure?
Oh yes, they are under too much pressure, and they are under too much. So many things influence their way of life, particularly this internet that we have. It has, I mean, it has this global world and this global village that we call this world. They can the advantage of it is there. I mean, it's very good, but the worst part of it is that they don't take advantage of this technology the most. But the disadvantageous side of it is what they that the disadvantageous side of this technology is what they are putting into practice most of the time. The advantageous part of it, they don't. Most of them don't, and a greater percentage of them are not interested in making use of the greater percentage, I mean, advantage of technology to better their life, and better their future. But they want to copy.
Ajahn Lekoko, do you think now more than ever upbringing is important? More than ever
It's
before?
more. It's even more difficult to even raise children right now with this global world that we live in, where they can punch their phone and then see different things that they're not supposed to even expose to. You understand what I'm saying? I have to tell you that I didn't know anything about oral sex until when I got to United States of America. And I didn't come to United States. I was almost 40 years by the time I came to United States. Can you believe that? Woman.
So you didn't know about what? The other sex?
Oral.
Oh,
sex.
no. No.
I never heard of it.
Let
I've
me give you my
never
own.
seen it
Yes.
until
Let me
when
give
I get to this country. That was when I got to know about it. I'm almost 40 years old then when I got here. And I came to this country. But can you say the same about young children in Nigeria?
They know it by 13, 12.
Oh, Lord. This generation
probably doing it already by that age as well.
It's just, I mean, there was a time one of my friends told me that this thing
that just gave birth to a twins.
Look at that. If it was in this country, if it was in this country, somebody is going to jail.
To jail, exactly. So, and I think again, sir. Sorry, Ajahn Lekoko, sir. I think again the problem is even the situation of the country. Even parents can't concentrate on raising kids properly anymore. They don't care. Everybody goes separate ways, survive on your own. So it's quite difficult to even raise kids properly. On the other hand, too, I think the government are not helping because even the school system itself is rubbish. Even teachers are having things to do with all these young kids in school, So it's all complicated, to be honest.
Alexander Kashe, your generation, I'm sure you.
Why is it my generation, old man?
Oh, you're a young man. Are you not a young man?
Relatively.
Yes, you're a young man now.
Relatively.
Look at that.
So, one man, you are trying to say something then when I mentioned about.
No. You were saying that your first real, maybe I won't say it was even an encounter. We don't know. But it was only when I moved to the UK that I actually had my first real sighting of gay sort of people. Of course, you knew loosely, just academically, what it was in Nigeria, and that's not to say it doesn't exist in Nigeria. But my first real experience, just see two men, just in the way couples work sometimes with hands, copying each other, just casually walking down the road. I tried not to look too much, but I had to pause for a moment. That did I just? Of course, I didn't
What
say a
am I
word.
saying? You-
I didn't say a
It
word, but
happened to me
I
too.
had to.
It
I had to
happened to
make
me.
a mental adjustment. That okay, this is where we are now. This is where I am now. So I then made a deliberate effort to pretend like it was something normal and I was used to it. But I had to do a double take. That
I
what
mean,
did I just say?
you see, the
You see
very
all sorts
first
in
day
it.
I saw such an incident too. It was in a train when I was in New York. See, I saw these two guys. They entered the train and they started kissing. Okay, I was like, "What am I saying? Am I saying what is this?" That was my first time to really, you know, see it live. I've ó kàn dàbí pé ṣé
Mo rí ìmọ̀lérè kó.
ṣé ní ayé ṣé
Ajáwèwò Rosho. Look at that.
what am I going to do? I was just confused. What am I going to do? I need to get out from this coach to another coach because I can't just bear it. I can't stomach it. What am I saying? So, but this
But now
side is,
you don't notice it. I don't notice it anymore. Even I don't even see it. Not that I choose to ignore it, but it's so commonplace now. You just you think so what? It doesn't bother
you
me.
just now you just walk away. It doesn't
Yeah.
even bother you anymore. But this world we're living in is so difficult to raise children right. Very, very, very difficult. And if you try to, raise children right, you will appear too tough. You will appear too wayward, and it's just a different world. It's just tough.
The thing is, Ajanle Koko, what they are trying to do is they are trying to redefine this alternative lifestyle as a human right because they are not teaching it. Remember, we did a session on education for children. They are not teaching it in schools and everything like that. So even if you tried to force it to be overly conservative, you might well be flouting the law that you are being
Yes,
discriminated, that you are
yes.
discriminating and
Yes, or abuse, or they
yes,
just say you abuse your children and stuff like that. So, but
because they seem to be promoting this alternative lifestyle. They seem to be
they're
promoting it.
promoting it hard.
Yeah.
So,
Ajali
but
Coco, you know what I believe?
mm,
I believe that kids, I mean, even if the parents doesn't train you, or parents can only do what they can do, but you have the obligation to train yourself. Choose the right path. I mean, I've grew up in a really bad area that I mean, I don't even get why I'm not an armed robber or something. You get? I grew up in that sort of area.
You are not? Are you not? Look at this guy.
Oh man, it started though.
All right, carry on,
It
carry on.
started.
Yeah.
So I believe that people train themselves to in a moral that they want others to see them as. I mean, I don't believe that friends. I mean, to an extent, friends can influence you, but it's still the
Friends
whole
influence you
ball.
more than your family,
Yeah,
especially
but
when you're in,
still,
in your teens and 20s. Friends influence you
yeah,
more than your family.
they influence you more than your family, but still, the whole ball falls down to you. Whether you want to accept it in the future is still based on your moral and your strong will to accept
Oh,
it.
all right.